good. Hey, no lunch. You know what to do?
Guys, what's up? Woohoo! Guys, how are you? And it was so great to see so many surfers on the beach here in Surfside, California this lovely Sunday morning. The surf is definitely up, and it's great to know that we have fans even in the surfing community. What a beautiful day to be out in the great outdoors. Johnny Grouper. That's the new name here, Johnny Grouper. Big slow pitch man. Think he hot stuff because he slow pitch. Johnny, slow pitch. Johnny Grouper.
Heck, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bro? It's
Man,
good to see you.
22nd Street Landing.
22nd Street Landing's home.
What are you doing today?
I'm going on a half-day PM trip with the Monte Carlo.
Oh, the afternoon trip.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I get here a little early. I come on the bus to get down here, and I
Yeah.
like to eat at a restaurant a few blocks away and see who's around. And hey, who's around?
I know, man.
Please don't forget to support the Friedman Adventures family members who make this all possible, like the taxman, Tim Marquez, and your garage door man, Joe Welker, who does a great job and gets rave reviews here at Friedman Adventures. Heating and or air conditioning needs, it's our dear friend John Lopez, and also the Island Spirit, Ventura Sport Fishing. You can't beat it. Chris Isaac and the El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, www.longbeachsportfishing.org.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast with Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. They'll tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Friedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing. Morning briefing.
Good Sunday morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. Man, the surf is up. Look at all the surfers we have here enjoying the great outdoors. It's really a great thing to see all of these men and women out here enjoying some really spectacular surf in Surfside, California. I'm absolutely loving it. And man, do we have a great morning briefing for you all, because there is so much going on. We've got that yellowfin tuna that continues to surge up into maybe Southern California. It's definitely in northern Baja, and it keeps getting a little bit closer. Our Ensenada Pongueros are all over that again this morning. We continue to catch bluefin tuna also, and we're blessed with some pretty good local fishing. There's a little bit of bass, mostly rockfish, but most people are going home with a full sack of fish. Long range has been excellent, and so much more. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God, that coffee is so good this morning. It's really great to be with you all. And man, what fishing we've got to talk about with you all. If you don't mind, hit that like button, share these videos everywhere. Don't forget to subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that rotten, filthy, disgusting, deplorable little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. Let's give it the Tootsie Report. as the surfers are just having way too much fun here this morning. It feels a little cooler to me actually here right now, but we'll continue to see how that affects our surf fishing bite as I'll be talking to you a little bit about that. 2 live shows for you tomorrow. Of course, the Danny Cadota Show, live from 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California, is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then at 6 o'clock, we'll go live with, this time, Lobster Chronicles, because Sam De La Torre is on the new low-end fishing, so no Tackle Shop Confessions at 6 p.m. on Monday, but we'll be there with Lobster Chronicles, and you are going to love that. Brian Sanchez from Promar will be joining us. He does such a fabulous job. We love him very, very much. I spent some precious moments with my dear friend Mike from San Pedro Bait out there on the bait receiver yesterday. That was a lot of fun. We were mostly talking about bait for lobster, but we also talked about how you, as a private boater, can also reserve some cured bait, and that can be the difference between success and failure. I'm going to tag that on to the end. Whoa, what's going on here, man? I'm going to tag that on. Man, my coffee cup is in peril right now. I'll tag that on at the end of today's report. All right, let's talk long range. First of all, still great fishing going on, no doubt about it. The Independence is headed home. They had Yellowfin and Yellowtail. All the boats down there, XL, Intrepid. Everybody on these 7 and 8 day trips are doing well on Yellowfin Tuna. Well on a better grade Yellowfin than we're catching up here locally. I'll talk about that in a moment. Like 40 to 60 pound yellowfin, some bigger than that. There's also been a little bit of wahoo out at Alijos Rocks. It's been really great for the 7 and 8 day guys. Let's go to Mexico. And I'm going to start you out in Ensenada because that continues to be a window to what might lie in the future for us here in Southern California. Heck, it's only 70 miles down below the border and you're in beautiful Ensenada, that Mexican coastal town that I've been traveling to for over 60 years. I hate to admit to you all. Still yellowfin tuna moving up very close to home there. There's also good bluefin tuna fishing down there around Ensenada. Pongueros are getting out, finding nice weather, finding foamers of fish, and then also getting bit on the Mad Mac lures. The smaller Mad Mac lures, by the way, have been working best of all, according to Louis Prieto from It's for Reels Sport Fishing. Smaller Mad Mac lures trolled at about 12, 13 knots. Louis said he had 5 bluefin tuna the other day. Good yellowfin tuna fishing and bluefin so far from what I've heard today. Also up there out of Popola, 15-minute drive south of Rosarito Beach, Carlos Cortez Sport Fishing continues to hammer away at some good yellowfin and bluefin tuna. Most of the fish seem to be in that 10 to 20 pound class, few bigger than that. Certainly Louis saw big ones jumping out of the water, bluefin 50 to 100 pound fish, but they were reluctant to bite. Still having those tuna riot poppers is such a great idea. They work really good on those foamers, and once again, sometimes dead sticking is the way to get a bite. You're going to make a long cast, get it right in the middle of that foamer, you're going to have your rod tip up, you're going to twitch it, and then you can just let it sit there for maybe 5 seconds. Just let it sit there. We call that dead sticking, and so many times those bluefin will come up and munch on it. It is such a great way to get the job done. In addition to that bluefin and yellowfin tuna down there around Ensenada, we're also seeing some pretty good flurries of barracuda. Occasional bites on the yellowtail. There's still yellows both out at Todos Santos Island and along the coast. We've been seeing some pretty good yellowtail fishing there for those boys. And calico and sand bass still biting in that neck of the woods. Man, there's a lot of surfers enjoying the great outdoors here today. I mean, a lot of great guys going by. Hey guys, what's up? Woohoo! Man, it's great to be alive and be here in Surfside, California this morning. So good fishing down there in Ensenada. That yellowfin, you know, it was down there at 200 miles. Our buddy Jeff Lingle, who runs a yacht, he has been finding some outstanding yellowfin tuna fishing down at 200 miles, down at 220 miles. And then as he comes up the Baja coast, he's been encountering more and more yellowfin tuna, some skipjack, some dorado. That is an indication that our water's starting to warm up, and we're starting to see some of that tropical and subtropical fish push in there. But also there's bluefin spread throughout that area. Really, really excellent signal here right now. All right, let's get up to San Diego, California, and talk about what the boys are doing down there. All right, so you come out, you go to Point Loma. Man, there's some big waves in here. You go to Point Loma, you can either make a left and head on down to Baja, California, and fish that fish down off Ensenada or further down if you choose to do that. Or you can go out west, out behind San Clemente Island, Tanner Cortez Bank, Cherry Bank, where you're finding good bluefin tuna fishing. A lot of that fish is 10 pounds, 20 pounds, but you do have a lot of 30 pounders. And then at night, that's when the big ones come out to play and you see some really excellent scores. The yellowfin seem to bite more consistently, and the full moon doesn't throw them off on a regular basis. So we could be looking at some really excellent fishing here. I mean, we're looking at excellent fishing, but it might continue right through the full moon. Constitution, 2.5-day trip with some variety and indication that we are getting those warm water species. 25 guys, 4 Dorado, 5 skipjack, warm water, 104 yellowfin tuna. Fortune overnight trip, 19 guys, 30 yellowfin tuna. Pacific Queen, 22 guys, 100 on the yellowfin tuna, and the Ranger 85. What a 2.5-day trip for 20 anglers on board. That one, 43 bluefin, 17 skipjack, 15 yellowfin tuna. Polaris Supreme. Wow. 3-day trip, 18 guys, 108 bluefin tuna, 144 on the yellowfin tuna. That is some really good shooting when you're out on Cortez and Tanner Bank fishing that bluefin tuna. Choose a good hot bait. The biggest, hottest bait you can find is the way you're going to get it by fishing 25-pound fluorocarbon with a blacktail circle hook or the brand of your choice. We love blacktail hooks here at Friedman Adventures. But man, that hot bait and changing that bait regularly made all the difference in the world. Captain John was on board our trip, on board the Apollo, and I have put out several shorts. So if you go to Friedman Adventures on YouTube and click on shorts, make sure you scan through there and get some of those essential tackle tips, both for nighttime bluefin tuna fishing and for that daytime bite. Really excellent stuff. Continues in nice weather, also continuing. Hey, all right, so there you have that. However, I do need to talk to you a little bit about what is going on with regard to the full day trips out of San Diego, because I am seeing some really good signs of life. It seems like we're sitting on a powder cake. That yellowfin tuna is just a little out of range in terms of the main volume of it, but that could easily push up here this morning or some other day. And as we move toward a full moon, we do on many occasions see movement from fish. They do like to move on the full moon. Maybe that yellowfin tuna will push further up the Baja coast and ultimately here into Southern California. We're certainly hoping it's going to do just that. So we're watching that very closely. But the Grande had 11 bluefin to the 3 Dorado, and they caught a striped marlin that they quickly released unharmed. While the San Diego, these are guys that leave in the morning, come back that same afternoon. The San Diego had 10 on the bluefin tuna. So good stuff there. Let's talk islands. Coronado Islands, Mission Bell, 1 yellowtail, not much yellow biting there at the islands right now. Many guys are going offshore, but there's plenty of calico bass and rockfish, whitefish, sheephead, all that razzmatazz to send you home with some really good eating fish. Thunderbird out there at San Clemente Island. Big yellows, may not be a lot of them, but you know, sometimes they're up in the 20s on these really superior great yellowtail. There's a good daytime bite, or I should say daybreak bite. In fact, it really starts before the sun comes up. Really gets going there at Pyramid Cove about 5 in the morning, dropper loop fishing. Heavy strength, 60 pound if you like, a big old hook is what I'd fish, a 5 or 7 hook and a fresh head or live squid. And that is producing some pretty darn good fishing with regard to what we are seeing. Man, my coffee cup, I don't know. I'm getting worried about my coffee cup up there. I'm gonna have to go do a rescue here pretty soon. But we have seen really big yellows out there at SCI. There's also some really good calico bass fishing going on in that neck of the woods also. So really great stuff, no doubt about that. We're loving what we are seeing at San Clemente Island. Catalina Island, the El Patron was there yesterday. Picky, scratchy. Some days are really good on the rockfish, whitefish. Other days they scratch because they focus on the surface fish, trying to get a yellow bite, trying to get a calico bass bite. For sure, dropping your fluoro down to 12 pound makes all the difference in the world. You're definitely going to want to do that when fishing calico bass. When you start fishing yellows, however, you better bump it up to 25 pound and make sure you've got a little bit heavier strength for those bigger fish. www.longbeachsportfishing.org to get on the El Patron special weekday lower prices. You're going to love that. Up in the Channel Islands, mostly rockfish, lingcod, really good fishing in most cases for all of that. In terms of a big halibut bite or white sea bass bite, haven't seen that for a while now. We'll continue to watch it, but plenty of bottom grabbers up there to fill the Sexapple Beach, Morro Bay. Same kind of a thing up there in San Francisco. We see striped bass inside with halibut. Good rock fishing outside when you get a weather window. Still a few albacore being reportedly taken offshore from San Francisco. So we continue to see some of that also. We'll continue to watch that area for you very, very closely. Let's talk about the Southern California coast. Rockfish bite down there out of San Diego. Good morning, you guys. How are you? I'm happy to see you guys out enjoying this. All right, some really, truly great guys down here this morning. You gotta love it, man. Good rock fishing just about everywhere. Bass fishing pretty slow from San Diego to the Channel Islands. Man, I'll tell you, we continue to see really great sculpin rockfish, whitefish, all of that sheephead. You know, we're hopeful for a fall bite on the yellowtail. Hopefully that's going to manifest itself one of these times very, very soon. But mostly all rockfish everywhere we look. We look at the dolphin. They had great rock fishing out of San Diego. Same thing as we move you up to the native sun out of 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. San Pedro, California, however it is you want to pronounce it. And also we continue to see that going on up there in the Channel Islands. Incidentally, I'll be in Ventura Wednesday night for the Ventura County Fishing Club. I'll be giving a speech there. Honored to do it and can't wait to meet some really new great people. I don't think I've ever been up to Ventura and given a speech. Perhaps I have. I've been doing this for too many years, so who knows. I'll look forward to meeting you on that very special night, Wednesday night. You can go to our Facebook page, Friedman Adventures Facebook, and get the details on that. I'd love to see you join us for that very special evening. Take a look at the Southern California coast. Big fish, bait, and tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. How on earth can you beat it? Those guys have everything you'll need for a successful day on the water. I'm talking about, of course, bluefin tuna, white sea bass, yellowtail marlin, and of course, they've got all the bait you'll need to be successful in the Southern California coast. That water feels like it's still 66-ish, 67 at least on the beach. A little bit of Corvina down there around the Huntington Beach Pier, Dog Beach area. Some yellowfin croaker here at the Tower, Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway here in Surfside, California. This is pretty tough to be fishing here today. It's more of a surfer's paradise this morning, as you can see. Man, I haven't seen this many surfers here for a long while. It's great to see these guys enjoying themselves and having so much fun, because getting outdoors is so very important. So we'll be talking about that in just one more moment. Up there in the Redondo Beach area, still some good Corvina fishing around the Topaz Rock Jetty up there in El Segundo between the Manhattan Beach and Hermosa Beach piers. I mentioned that getting outdoors is so important. I'll be announcing our nonprofit here in the coming months, and all it is about, it's going to be about getting more people, kids, outdoors, off their phones. It's unhealthy. Spiritually, it's not good. Mentally, it's not good. Physically, it's not good to sit there and just scroll on your phone endlessly. Getting out like these guys are doing today is what it's all about. All right, don't forget, Mike on the bait receiver coming up next. Can't thank you enough. My coffee cup looks like it has survived another day, which is great news to yours truly. Can't thank you enough, everybody, for all the likes, views, and so much more. 2 great shows for you tomorrow. Don't forget the Danny Cadota Show, 4 p.m., and then Lobster Chronicles at 6 o'clock. And Brian Sanchez says he's got some giveaways that you're really gonna love. Some great giveaways, 6 p.m. Tomorrow night, we'll be at 22nd Street Landing. If you happen to be walking by, you see the studio door open, poke your head in there, say hi to the dog, say hi to yours truly. Come on in. We'd love to see you there. All right, take care. Have a great one. And I hope to see you really, really soon. Lobster season in Southern California, and working with our dear friends at Promar Ahi, we're headed out to the San Pedro bait receiver to meet up with my dear friend Mike to find out a little bit about bait receiver etiquette and find out what the best bait is for lobster this season. So, with Promar Ahi, Phil Friedman here. We can't wait to head out to the receiver, introduce you to Mike, and learn more about how you can hoop net a lot more lobster. Don't forget to put FAN at checkout, and you'll save 15% on your orders with Promar Ahi. Without further ado, let's head out to the bait receiver and see what Mike's up to. Hey everybody, welcome to the San Pedro bait receiver with my good friend Mike. Mike, how are you?
Phil, good, really good, brother.
Oh man, it's so good to see you. If I'm not seeing you in Rosarito Beach, sometimes in Mexico, you have a love for Mexico, as do I. Absolutely. And you have a love for travel, don't you?
I do.
I love it myself. But we are here to talk about lobster season because it just opened up. It opened up yesterday, and I hear it was absolutely crazy here.
It was busy here. We had a bunch of people ready to hoop. They at opener. They're all excited. They're ready to go. So we had them lined up here, ready to get some bait.
You know, I think a lot of people have in their head they're just going to go by the fish market and get some salmon or get something like that and use that in their hoop nets. But I think that it's probably best to use what is in the natural environment for lobster, live bait. It works really, really well for lobster.
It really does. I have a lot of customers that they bring the salmon heads, and I even tell them, I said, well, why don't you try a few with what you've got and try just the sardine so you can see the difference. And they do see a difference.
They do.
And I think it's live. I think it has more scent when it's fresh dead versus something that's been frozen. For some people have, mackerel and bonita that they've frozen for the whole from the beginning of summer in their freezer.
It looks like a fossil almost, right?
There's no way that could have the same scent as some, even if you were out making your own mackerel and using anything fresh has got to be better than something that's been frozen for 3 months.
Yeah, 100%. You talked about a lot of traffic last night. What is the etiquette? How do you get in line? You don't want to cut, do you? Cut in line because, they can create some problems.
The guys on the line,
they're good about it.
They monitor themselves pretty much. I don't have to really get involved with that too much, but generally, just get in line and be courteous. We're all out here. Everybody's doing the same thing. Going out to have a good time. This is not the DMV. Everyone gets here, they're happy to be here.
100%. So get in line, and then what do you suggest in terms of, do you need to reserve a scoop of bait? Is that something that's even possible?
Reserving bait is not a problem. I have a board inside. I'll put your name on the board. If you need some cured bait that you want to hold on, and you got a special trip, you need a few scoops that you want to take a long way. If you're fishing locally, my bait's going to be fine for local fishing, but you do want that cured stuff if you're definitely going offshore. You can call me or call the barge number. It's 310-365-2516. A couple days in advance. It could be 2 weeks in advance. Put your name on the board, and once you're on the board, put your name of your boat on the board. When you get here, we're going to have cured bait locked up for you.
Excellent. In case somebody out there doesn't know what cured bait is, why don't you define that for us? What is cured bait exactly?
Well, when the bait gets here off the bait boat, it's been stressed out. It's a process of them catching the bait, putting it on a boat, traveling with it all the way over here. It gets here and it's stressed, and it loses a little bit of its slime, its natural slime that it has on there. Yeah. If you feel fresh bait, it feels kind of rough to you, versus if it's been sitting here a while, it gets that slime back. When it gets that slime, it's real super smooth, slips right out of your hand. Yeah. That's what you want. You want those strong baits. And basically curing it is just letting it sit here, giving it the time to get back to its natural state versus being stressed out from being caught.
Right, and cured bait's not an issue with lobster, right? You can use, as long as it's kicking a little bit, you're going to be good, right? Or not
doesn't have
kicking
to
a
be
little?
kicking at all.
Oh,
You know,
right.
it's not going to matter at all. So I have plenty of bait for the hoopers. You know, we're open 24 hours. I will say with a caveat, you know, in the middle of the night, we do have a $100 minimum. So after 10 p.m. all the way to like 4:30 in the morning, you know,
You got to spend $100.
you gotta spend $100, but we don't really get too many. Only the guys that are going offshore. Your hoopers, they're already out on the water by
Yeah.
then. They're out by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5, 8 o'clock, the latest. Usually, I don't get too many hoopers after 8 or 9 p.m.
Do you plan on, like, for example, on a weekend, should you budget some extra time to be in line here? I mean, if you have that much
No,
time, or
we
is
don't
that,
have.
is it pretty fast?
Yeah, it's quick. You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about that. Only maybe Saturday mornings is the only time, but Saturday mornings is not really the time that guys are coming out for hooping. That it gets a little busy here, but other than that, it's a pretty quick process. So you don't have to worry about that. As far as like the winter schedule, that's yet to be determined. It kind of changes every year depending on what kind of maintenance we've got to be doing here. What's going on with fishing? Fishing sometimes good all the way till December, and so we'll be open a lot. But just to be sure, if you know you're going out, especially in the evenings. In the morning, somebody's always going to be here. In the evenings, if you know you're coming out, maybe send a text message the day before, the morning of. That way, we'll know you're coming, and we'll make sure that someone's here waiting for you. It's nice that we got a few texts saying, oh, you know, it's a Monday night, which is really slow, and all of a sudden, you know, we've got 4 texts in Monday morning that people are coming. Even if it's be the dead of winter, we'll make sure somebody's here for
Oh,
you.
that's great. That's great. If you do happen to pull up here in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning or something, what is proper etiquette? How do you wake you up? Do you just toot your horn, or do you yell, or, you know, you don't want to do something that is out of the ordinary. What's the protocol?
Just call out to us. You
Mike.
know? Mike, yeah. Nobody answers.
Wait a little bit, do it again.
Pick up the phone, call the phone. The phone's inside, right next to our head there if we're asleep. So the phone will usually wake us up. So that's probably the best way. But just if you pull up and yell out Mike or Dante, whoever happens to be here, we'll come out.
Perfect. Are the prices the same for live bait and the lobster bait? Same thing? And
Yeah, it's going to be
how much?
It's $50 a scoop of bait, which for most hoopers is a good amount. Depends on how many guys you got with you and how many traps and how long you're going to be out all night or so. But no, most of the guys come and get about a scoop of bait for their hooping, which is going to be about $50.
How big has lobster hoop netting become? How many people showed up here on the opener, and what was the enthusiasm like?
This was the first year I can remember actually being thinking, wow, this is a lot. It's always, the opener is always exciting and you always get a good amount of people.
Yeah.
Always. But not like this. This year was definitely the busiest opener I've seen. And maybe some of that is that last year hooping was good.
Yeah.
So maybe people are been waiting and they're excited to be back out on the water.
Do the guys ever come back and show you the bugs that they caught, or do you ever get any of that?
I don't encourage that because I'm usually asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. It's really late at
Yeah,
night,
but
right?
it does happen. Yeah, I did have one last night, so it happened. People get excited, and I understand that.
You're such a good person because I know how it is, man. You're trying to get that precious little bit of sleep,
Right,
and you
right.
still come out with a smile. That's great.
I try.
Mike, one more time again, contact information for San Pedro Bait. How can people contact you, reserve a scoop?
Best way, text message, because a lot of times if you call, I'm going to be out here working or I'll be sleeping. If you send a text and ahead of time, I can always check on it and get to it, when I'm available, and I can respond. And so that's the best way is text messaging, always. 310-365-2516, San Pedro Bait.
All right. Always great spending time with you, my friend.
Phil, thanks.
Thank you, Mike. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoy spending time with my dear friend Mike at the San Pedro Bait Receiver. What a great guy. All right, my friends, what a season it's going to be. Hoop netting with Pearl Mar Ahi. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, I want you to tune in every single week to Lobster Chronicles with yours truly and with Promar, Ahi. We'll have all the latest catches where the hoop netting is best, any kind of different trends or baits that are working better every single week right here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. Have a great one. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you really, really soon.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast with Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. They'll tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Friedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a more